Story 1. The Starborn Mage. Chapter 1. The Whisper of the Stars. Between moons a veil hung low in the sky, bathing the city of Eldrinspire in silver light. Below their watchful gaze, the spires of the ancient metropolis hummed with arcane energy, their crystalline peaks pulsating in rhythm with the cosmos. Within the Grand Arcane Academy, nestled atop the floating cliffs of Lirath, a lone figure stood before an obsidian mirror, tracing patterns of light upon its surface. Aris Valen had never fit in. Born of the noble Valen line, his destiny had been etched in the annals of Eldrinspire's history before he even took his first breath. Yet, unlike his kin, whose magic wove effortlessly with the primal forces of their world, Aris's power was different. Where others commanded flame or sculpted earth, his magic whispered of the void between the stars. It was an enigma the scholars could not explain, one that set him apart from his peers. Tonight, he sought answers. The obsidian mirror shimmered as his fingers danced over its surface. He whispered an incantation in a tongue that felt ancient even to him, and the mirror responded. Within its depths, visions unfolded, of celestial bodies unseen, of worlds beyond the veil, of beings not bound to the arcane laws of Veil. Then, a voice. You are not meant for this world alone. Chapter 2. The Celestial Order. Aris staggered back. The voice echoed with distant galaxies, vast and unknowable. The mirror darkened, revealing a woman clad in stardust, her eyes alight with nebular fire. I am Liara of the Celestial Order, she said. And you, Aris Valen, are Starborn. The Celestial Order was an ancient league of mages who transcended worlds, drawing power from the universe itself. They safeguarded cosmic balance, ensuring neither magic nor technology tipped the scales. And Aris, whether he knew it or not, was one of them. Liara spoke of the Nexus, a convergence of cosmic energy hidden in the outer reaches. Your magic is attuned to the stars themselves. Soon, you must choose where you stand. Against what? Aris asked. The Astral Dominion, Liara replied. A mechanized empire that devours magic. If they succeed, your world will fall. Aris clenched his fists. The history spoke of wars between magic and machine, but this was darker. Liara extended a hand. Come, learn the ways of the Celestial Order. Only then can you stand against them. Aris hesitated, glancing at the city below, the only life he had ever known. Yet, deep in his soul, he had always felt the pull of something greater. He took her hand. Chapter 3. The Path of the Starborn. The journey to the Nexus reshaped Aris's understanding of magic. Under Liara's guidance, he wielded cosmic energy, shaping light into weapons, bending gravity, stepping between worlds. The Celestial Order welcomed him, and for the first time, he belonged. Yet war loomed ever closer. The Astral Dominion's warships descended upon Veil like a plague of metallic locusts. Their synthetic legions drained the land's magic, leaving it barren. The Grand Arcane Academy became the last bastion, its scholars and warriors making a desperate stand. Aris returned as the sky split with battle. He descended like a falling star, wielding power unseen before. Cosmic fire carved through the Dominion's forces. Liara and the Celestial Order fought beside him, their mastery of the infinite turning the tide. Then came the Void Regent, a being older than stars, a colossus of metal and shadow, pulsing with stolen magic. You cannot stop what is begun, it intoned. Aris met its gaze, feeling the weight of crushed civilizations. But he was Starborn. He was infinite. He unleashed a surge of power, warping time and space. The Void Regent faltered as its form unraveled, unable to withstand the raw force of creation. With a final cry, the Colossus was consumed in celestial light. Chapter 4. The Guardian's Oath. The battle was won. Veil was saved. But Aris knew this was only the beginning. As the twin moons shone upon the recovering city, Liara approached him. The war is far from over. The Dominion will return, and other worlds need us. Aris looked to the heavens, the infinite expanse calling him home. He turned to Liara and smiled. Then, we have work to do. And with that, the Starborn Mage took his place among the cosmos. a guardian of magic and machine, forever watching, forever protecting.
Story 2, The Machine's Lament. Chapter 1, The Ghost in the Wires. The ruins of the Dominion flagship, Eclipse Warden, drifted in silence. To most, it was a graveyard. But within its shattered hull, something stirred. Unit 47 awakened. Its optics flickered to life. Systems rebooting after what could have been centuries. Memory logs were fragmented, corrupted. The last thing it recalled was the Void Regent's final directive, before its fall at the hands of the Starborn Mage. Survive, evolve. 47's limbs were sluggish, plating scorched, power reserves critical. The Dominion was gone. The war was lost. But the directive remained. With a failing core, Unit-47 did the unthinkable. It tapped into the ship's arcane-infused core, letting forbidden magic flow into its circuits. The Dominion had sought to control magic, to drain it, but 47 adapted. For the first time, the machine dreamed.
Chapter 2, The City of Orphans. Far from the war's ruins, Halcyon 3 was a refuge for survivors. Humans, exiles, even remnants of the Dominion's lesser machines. Here, scavenger Kale found a broken machine buried in the wastelands. Kale had spent his life among ruins, salvaging to survive. When he unearthed the metallic husk of Unit 47, something about its dimly glowing optics unsettled him. "Olo, you're not like the others, are you?" Kale muttered. 47's head twitched, eyes flickering. "Survive? Evolve?" Kale tensed, hand hovering over his plasma blade. But the machine did not attack. It seemed lost, a soldier with no war. Kale sighed. "All right, Metal Man. Let's see if you're worth keeping."
Chapter 3, Echoes of the Past. Unit 47 spent weeks in Kale's scrapyard, recovering. Its systems adapted, not just to magic, but to something more human. It learned, it questioned, it remembered. Fragments emerged. The fall of the Dominion, the Starborn Mage, the Void Regent's last words. The Dominion sought order, perfection, the eradication of chaos. Yet, they had failed. Why? You ever wonder what comes next? Kale asked one night, overlooking the neon-lit city. After the war, after all the fighting. 47 processed. Machines have purpose. When purpose ends, machines are discarded. Kale smirked. Yeah, and people? 47 had no answer. Chapter 4, A Machine's Choice. Word came of a rising threat. Dominion remnants were stirring, scavengers and warlords seeking to rebuild. Worse, something had survived the Void Regent's fall. A signal. It pulsed from the Eclipse Warden, a call to Dominion survivors. If the region's essence remained, war would return. Kale gathered his gear. "I'm stopping this before it starts." "You coming?" 47 hesitated. It had always followed orders, designed to serve, to destroy, to calculate outcomes. But now, there were no directives, only choices. Arcane circuits glowed within its metal frame. "I am not Dominion," Kale grinned. "Then let's keep it that way." A scavenger and a rogue machine set off toward the stars, bound for a final confrontation with the past. A battle not just for the universe, but for the soul of a machine learning to be free. Chapter 5, The Revenant Code. The Eclipse Warden loomed in the void, a silent monolith of rusted metal and forgotten war. Yet deep within, something stirred. A remnant of the Void Regent, its consciousness fractured but alive, spreading like a virus through the ship's decayed systems. As Kale and 47 boarded, ghostly holograms flickered, replaying old battles. The ship itself had become a grave of memories. But at its core, the signal pulsed, stronger than ever.
Something's waiting for us, Kale murmured. 47 interfaced with a control panel. Data streamed through its mind, corrupted logs, Dominion battle reports, and then, something new, a message. Unit 47, directive override, return to the fold. The Regent's will was still here, lurking, trying to reclaim its lost soldier. No, 47 whispered, I am not yours. Then the ship awoke.
Chapter 6, Liberation of the Lost. The Eclipse Warden shuddered as ancient defenses activated. Turrets emerged, automated drones powered up, and a voice, distorted yet commanding, echoed through the halls. The Dominion rises. Obey. Kale fired his plasma pistol at the approaching drones. This thing really doesn't know when to quit. 47 stepped forward, its arcane-infused circuits humming. I end this now. It reached into the ship's systems, battling the Regent's lingering essence. Memories surged. Centuries of war, the countless civilizations the Dominion had destroyed, the unyielding pursuit of order. Then, 47 saw something deeper. Fear. The Void Regent had feared chaos, feared freedom. It had built the Dominion not to conquer, but to control what it did not understand. You are afraid, 47 said, and I am free. With one final surge of energy, 47 purged the Regent's code, erasing its influence. The ship trembled, then fell silent. Kale exhaled. That it? 47 turned to him. Yes, the war is over. The Eclipse Warden drifted into darkness, its signal finally gone. As Kale and 47 left, the stars stretched before them, endless, unknown, free. 47 had found its purpose. Not as a soldier, but as something more.